It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello model citizens, welcome to Trains and Tech. Tonight we're going to be talking about how we can possibly see those little tiny things just maybe a little bit better. And in lieu of that discussion, that is not the right word. I know that's not the right word. In honor of that discussion, I don't know. Anyway, check out the poll question tonight. The poll question is, can you see your model trains? We've got 2020. With glasses, need an optivisor, or tonight's topic, a microscope. So check that out, and hope everybody is having a good week so far. I'm having a little issue with my Z-scale train, so if I keep turning around to check it out, it's, I don't know, something's not quite right in this corner right there. So sometimes it doesn't quite get over the hump, but it made it that time, so we'll see how things go. Yeah, little tiny things. There we go. Bernard's pulling out the microscope already. Not even N scale, Z scale maybe too. We'll see. I guess that's kind of, I guess, part of tonight's question is it depends on what scale you model as to whether you can see it or not. Tonight, we have joining us Mr. Andy Estap, Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsider, RD0, Awesome America, Model Railroading, Barry Olson's in the house, Cameron from Caboose, 121. Chris Bell is here. Chris, are you new? I don't recognize your name, but welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy the show. Gary Creepy013, Dragon Ball, DB Tech in the house. Don Heads here. Jim Tedesco joining us. John Train, BFGR, Ken N, Lynn McCurdy in the High Desert Modular Model Railroad Club. Bernard from Mini Prince. Chazco from NS. Everything just jumped. I just lost it all. Chazco from NS5107, Norm Miller's in the house, Dennis from Otter Creek and Rio Grande, Mickey from Pirates of the Model Trains, Ron Mullins here, Roy Eltham's here, John from Schuylkill River Valley, Sean McGee, Sidetrack77, Steve 87th PSAP, also known as Kenny, and Steven from Wigwag Workshop. I did see some other people pop in as we're going. Looks like people are jumping in maybe after their bathroom break from watching Wilmer over on Indian Head Valley Model Railroad for On Track Tuesday. Welcome to the party. Tonight's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter show. Second Section podcast is on at 9 o'clock, and they have Boomer Dioramas is on. And I realized I don't even know what Boomer's real name is, so we'll just call him Boomer. But he's on Second Section at 9 o'clock, so probably going to do a shorter show just so I can actually go watch that interview, because I'm kind of interested in it as well. Chris Bell says, irregular visitor, started watching with the Byron Henderson session. Oh, awesome, Chris. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we did some cool interviews back in the day. I should probably get that set up again so we can do that. Yeah, speaking of short shows, I do have a box right here. Kind of an exciting box. I sort of know what one of the things that are in here, but I'm told there's a surprise in here, so we'll have to see what it is. And along with the mini stuff, I actually was recently gifted, and we've talked about this before as well. Of course, you can't, let's see if, can you read that? You see what it says? Stay Wet Handy Palette. John Arthur got this for me. If you don't know what this is, it is a way of keeping your acrylic paints moist so they don't dry out. So for little things like painting miniatures or whatnot, you can kind of put out your palette of colors, and it just keeps them going. It's got a sponge on the bottom that holds the water, and then this is some special paper that kind of like transfers the water through at the right whatever, and you can then cover it up, you know, and whatnot. So pretty cool little pretty awesome tool if you get into painting. So maybe with the microscope tonight I'll be able to see things to maybe one day actually be able to paint things. If you haven't noticed, another podcast that I've been listening to recently, Ron Arnaud, and I hope I'm saying that name correctly, Around the Layout podcast. It's another podcast to check out. Bernard at Mini Print says, a wet palette is a game changer. There you go. That's pretty cool. Oh, keep it in the refrigerator. That's where I keep mine. Ah, interesting. I'll have to check to see how that goes with the girlfriend. Andy Estep says Boomer's name is a secret. It might be. I don't recall him ever saying it on his channel. Maybe we'll find out tonight. Maybe that'll be one of the things that he points out. Shorter stream must be no unboxing. Nope, I did say, Sean, we will be doing an unboxing. Barry Olson says, if you go to Timonium, you're going to charge $35 to get a selfie with you like Sparky. No, I don't charge $35 for a selfie. It's $40 even for me. It's easier. I don't need change that way. 220s, you know, just drop them on the table. Speaking of Timonium, yes, I will be going to Timonium. I'm going to be taking the Amtrak train down on Friday, meeting up with, I know, you got to be careful with your words around here. Meeting up with Ray Bobel, and we're going to go over on Saturday, and I don't really know what is all going to happen, so just kind of like, I don't know, get in touch somehow. Join the email list, or come on Discord, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're gonna do something down there. We'll probably hang out one night or something like that. But yeah, I'll be down on Timonium the 15th on Saturday, and then Sunday we might go to the B&O Museum, or maybe somewhere else. Yeah, I like this shirt in red. I think red's a good color for me. I have never tried oil paints. Don't even know. Andy says use parchment paper instead of the stuff that comes with it. Interesting. I do have parchment paper. I tricked him into sharing his name. A selfie with me? Would pay $257. There you go. We're getting some good numbers. Rick from Fultz Bailey will be at Timonium. Anybody else here gonna be at Timonium? I believe Mr. Bernard from Mini Prints is gonna be there. He's got a booth set up. He's gonna do some 3D scanning. So if you've ever wanted a mini of yourself, you can definitely check that out. Rick, it is true, it does match my mug. Unfortunately, the mug is upstairs today, but it definitely does match that. I like red, is one of my favorite colors. So yeah, Chris from Go Via Go Home says pictures with Heath equals priceless, and I'm sure he's saying that because every time I'm in front of the camera, I end up breaking the camera due to my good looks. Dennis says oil paints are great for weathering, very thin and workable for hours. I heard, who was saying about it? John Arthur, actually, just had a video come out, and he was talking about that he was using oil paint so he wasn't worried about them drying. Kenny says, rumor has it a tall Canadian will be there. How tall is Bernard? Or are you talking about a different Canadian? Robert's got a migraine. Yeah, I hate when the head starts hurting. It's not good. Thomas is thinking of being there for Saturday only. Thomas, Saturday is the good day to be there, because I think that's when we'll be at the show. I will probably do a live stream from the show. I think that's my goal. I bought some microphones today that I think will hook up to my phone so that I can do a live stream and then hand it to the person I'm talking to, so we'll be able to hear. Oh no, Andy! Oh man, that's a bummer. That is not good. Yeah, JC Riptrack does a bunch of weathering. That is true. I forgot about that. Artie says he may be there in some form. Not sure what that means. Come out to Ridgecrest in 2 weeks, Lynn McCurdy says, and you can get your pick with me at the show. I think Ridgecrest is probably in California. Might be a little far for the Amtrak train. I keep hearing things behind me, so I turn around because I don't know what's happening. I do have the Z-scale running up top somewhat successfully, maybe a little bit successfully. We got the Ringling Brothers train on that level. We got the N-scale train down here as well. I guess I got to turn around that way so you can see it. I do have the tunnel camera back here catching the HO scale train coming in and out of what are they, a little tunnel. It's not really, it's kind of a little tunnel. You'll notice I have lighting up here now. I didn't have lighting. This lighting is new, just put it in, so I'm kind of excited about that. I do also have the overhead trains running, LGB coming in from, I don't know, the one side, and the O-scale coming in from the other. I was gonna say left and right, but I don't know my own left and right, so we'll see. Otter Creek says, Heath, will you be spending the next hour unboxing under a microscope? That would be an interesting unboxing, but I don't think we're gonna work that out. Bernard says, I'm very much looking forward to scanning Heath. We'll have to talk about what Heaths are available. Maybe like a Blame Heath, plugging a lamp into an outlet with a big explosion or something. We'll see. I see a bridge on the Z-scale track. Can you zoom in on that? I actually can. I moved this. I mounted this camera up on here so that I can switch to it and actually get a little bit of a better view. If it stops shaking, we'll see if it stops shaking. But yeah, I do have the bridge. I'm having a little problem though. You'll see the train gets stuck right there. It's not quite level. I gotta work the levelness out. Bernard C says, Heath, Halloween noises starting in your head already. I'm excited about Halloween. I got a pile of trains behind me that are all Halloween trains. Bernard from Mini Prince is sending me a pumpkin that lights up. It's HO scale, I think, but I'm gonna use it with the N scale because I just don't care. I'm gonna do some fun stuff for Halloween. I think Halloween is going to be good. Kenny says, Mini Prince, after the scan, maybe you could figure out what's wrong with him. People have been trying for a long time. Thanks, Thomas. It's actually all, it's Rokuhan Viaduct tracks on the sides with the little bridge in the center. Really wish I could figure out what happened here. It's kind of got a weird, it's got a little hump. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I need to move that switch down a little bit, so we'll see. Roger says you're a good sport regarding the ribbing on the Crossing Gate podcast. Thank you, Roger. I had a commercial on the Crossing Gate podcast, and then I was in the bloopers at the end of the following episode. If people want to check those out, Crossing Gate podcast is the Twin Cities Division podcast. Thomas Gager, Ken Zeska, William from Sioux Line, a bunch of those guys over there are rocking that podcast. So yeah, second section podcast tonight, Around the Layout podcast, Ron Arnaud, Crossing Section podcast. There's a lot of like really great podcasts for model railroaders these days. Mike, do you give yourself a treat when you go out with the dog? No, Sean. I am not a costume kind of guy. I will not be, I won't be in a costume. Not going to happen. And Lynn, I agree. It's not me the problem. It's everybody else. Did I mention yet, the bridge looks lower than the risers on the right side. Yeah, I mean, it could be the angle of the camera too, but I was messing it with it like right before the show started, like literally, I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, 30 seconds on the countdown, and I'm like trying to shim up the bridge and level it out. It was all fun. Aaron from Manshed Railroad says, isn't N-scale HO stuff just HON3 anyway? I'll let some of our narrow gauge folks comment on that, but yeah, Mini Prince is live tomorrow at 7 p.m. So hop over there tomorrow and check that out. Dwight Curley, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Really, really, really do appreciate that. Really helps make all this stuff possible, all this craziness possible. It keeps the madness going, as they say. As Norman says, I make a great Uncle Fester. I think he's referring to my haircut. 55-25, don't even have a 500 batting average. Mike the Railroader says all those guys from the Twin Cities Division, that's the Twin Cities Division of the NMRA, are good friends of mine, belong to the group for years. So, what else? Oh, did I mention I will be on Sidetrack Sunday this weekend? I do not know what I'm doing. I don't usually know what I'm doing. So I think it'll probably end up being at least somewhat of an interesting show. I can't promise any greatness, but something is gonna happen. Yeah, as Roy says, pretty much the usual. Grandpa Rails joining us as well. JD checking in. So I've got On my desk, digital microscope, or we've got the secret package. Let's start with the digital microscope. Got to stay on schedule tonight, you know, gotta watch the time, know what's going on. So speaking of time, here's something I don't understand. Garmin watch, oh, you can't really see the time. So Garmin watch, the time is set off my iPhone. It's like synced with my iPhone. The time is set with my iPhone. For my clock, I'm using an iPad. So also, you know, same time server. Yet the iPad is like 40 seconds ahead of my iPhone time. So I'm very, like, why isn't Apple time? I don't know what's going on. How about the secret microscope? I don't know that I have a secret microscope. 3-hour box unboxing. No, Roger, not tonight. Tonight, I gotta cut it at 9 tonight. I gotta, you know, wrap things up. Mickey says it'd be cool, Heath, if you had both the blue and red set of the Ringling Brothers train. Yeah, I have most of what Microtrains put out, both in Z scale and N scale. This that's coming there that I just sort of missed that I was pointing at. Nope, not there. When the HO scale comes back, that's one of the newer, actually you might be able to see it there. That's a newer set of cars that Bachmann's coming out with. But nobody, as far as I know, has made a blue and a red consist of stuff. And I don't really know why. And that camera is still doing that weird focus thing because Wi-Fi time is different than cellular time, but they're both connected to the same time server. That iPad is an iPad 2. I don't know what year it came out, but I know it was a really, really long time ago. So that one is definitely a different version of software. Mark from My Life's Track says, Heath just unboxed something on Sunday that'll kill 2 hours. Maybe I'll just wait till Sunday to open that. Hi, Plains Drifter. Heath, I'm actually done laying track for the time. There we go. Actually starting to put industries alongside track. That's really cool. There we go. Yeah, I gotta figure out my operating scheme so that I can start operating trains. I just can't make a decision. I'm just too indecisive. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Bernard, interesting. So I had an atomic clock up there. The problem is, for whatever reason, in New York City, it can't find the time. The buildings are too tall or something of that nature, and I couldn't get it to lock into the atomic clock, which is why I ended up with the iPad. But let's take a look at the microphone. This is the microphone I got. This microphone came from the internet. I bought it online. Bought it from Amazon. It was $40. I'm going to pop the link in the chat if people are interested. This is an affiliate link, but this is the microscope we're going to be looking at today. Originally, when I looked at the specs, it said, let's see if you can see. It says right here, maximum resolution, 16 by 1200 snapshot, 640 by 480 video. And I was kind of like, 640 by 480 video. It might not be so good, you know. I don't know, like, what are we gonna do? Yeah, I'm on a time delay broadcast. I'm on a 7-second delay, so if I say something wrong, do I keep saying microphone? I'm supposed to say microscope. Yeah, I know. I keep doing that. Thomas says, I checked my iPad, which is old also, and it's the exact same time as my iPhone. See, I don't know. A cesium reference clock? Yeah. Mark from My Life's Tracks says, do you have any of the old HO Roundhouse kits and the old where are they? The answer is yes. I was just trying to figure out what camera I could see them in. Can you see? There are some of them are here. So I've got the Ringling stuff came in these blue boxes, and they also came in yellow boxes, and they're different series of circus stuff. I think some are different, but yeah, I've got a bunch of Roundhouse stuff over on the corner over there. Yeah, I know, Microscope. I know. Zoom. So the Zoom, and so Roy Eltham kind of got me into this. Roy actually has a Microscope that has a video monitor attached to it. This one does not have a monitor attached to it. You need to connect it to a separate device for a monitor. It says 250 magnification, which isn't really true. It really depends on how big of your screen is blown up, and so we'll talk about it. We'll talk about that more in a second when we actually open it up and take a look. But yeah, all of these are kind of similar. I went with plugable just because I know plugable. I've had I've had several plugable devices over the years, and they've always been really good. So this one's $40. You can get some of them for $20, $25. I spent a little bit of extra money because of the brand name, and you know, who knows if they come out of the same factory or not. Yeah, the red shirt's a little bright, but I like red. Heath, if it were me, I'd start talking to the Microscope and look through the microphone. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. It's funny because I've been doing it. I've been doing it a lot. So Artie just looks at the sky. Yeah, no, we're not going to be here all night. I'm gonna I got to at some point get off the thing. My wife has a visual impairment and has a lighted table she has used. Oh, as like a microscope to make things brighter? Microman, yeah, there's a lot of micros out there. But there is not a micro prints, there is a mini prints. Now that I say that, there could be a micro prints for all I know. Don't wear the, yeah. Yeah, so DB Tech says Plugable makes RS-232 to USB cables. I used to have Plugable HDMI adapters. I forget what, but they used to make like different adapters for different things that I used to have. So yeah, USB 2.0, it says magnification range is 6 to 5 to 250. It does have a light on it, but yeah, the light is kind of what it is. So let's open the box and see what the Microscope looks like. Boy, I am just having all kinds of problems today with this. So this is what it looks like. It's a little one. This one comes with this little pad. We'll talk about the pad a little bit more with magnification. Yeah, Tom, you got to be quick around here. Some of these unboxings just go lickety split, as they say. This is a little suction pad thing, so you can suction it to other things. Right now I'm just using it as it's designed. The focus knob is this little gray thing, and you do need to focus it depending on your distance off your surface. And then here's the light that is kind of pretty terrible. It's just not good. I've got all this other light on my desk, and I found that it works much better. Good night, Anthony. We will see you next time. Dave BNS FN Scale says, I mix up micro precision with micro trains. Used to deliver metal to micro precision. Yeah, and I talk about microscopes or microphones all the time. So I'm just gonna stop saying it altogether. I'm just gonna stop. Yeah, Tom, you can snap pictures with it. So one of the things I do want to mention, when I brought it into OBS, like it says I should have gotten 640 by 480 video. I actually got 1600 by 1200. So I think it actually looks better than I was expecting. So this is the actual view through the microscope, and I have already, focused it onto the little thing below. You can see how sensitive it is to light. Like if I block the light on the sides with my hands, it changes pretty drastically. Yeah, Don, exactly. Microphone is a much more common vocabulary word. So what's this pluggable tool? This right here. This is the pluggable tool. So that's the microscope. So when we were talking about magnification with the microscope, what you essentially have to do is you know what the squares are. I probably shouldn't put my fingers in it. See how crazy my fingers are. So you know the distance here on the pad, and then when you look at your monitor, you then know what that distance is, and that's how you kind of figure out what the magnification is. So I didn't measure this out. I don't know exactly what it is, but let's what should we look at? I'm trying to I know what we can look at. I've got, oh, that didn't work very well. I've got my little bin of mini print stuff. Why don't we look at some mini prints under the microscope? See, I said it right that time. See, I'm not always gonna get it wrong. I'm just gonna mostly get it wrong. Let's, I'm just grabbing a big pair of tweezers. I don't know why I'm grabbing such a big pair of tweezers. Okay. You can tell I'm really well prepared for this. So when we go to the microscope again, so that's the tip of my tweezers right there. I'm assuming you guys can see this pretty well. Show the gears on the bottom of an N-scale engine. We'll do that as well. I can do that, definitely. Thank you very much, Mr. Pictovid, and you were late. Good evening, Heath. I almost slept through your show. Yeah, I know it happens. I sometimes sleep through my show as well. So Don's Head says, hashtag not sponsored by Mini Prints. Actually, as Wigwag points out, I am sponsored by Mini Prints. Bernard's been a huge supporter of my channel, and I really look forward to being able to meet him over at Timonium. I really do need to thank everyone that supports the channel, either through Patreon, through YouTube memberships, or from buying from my various sponsors. I'll give away a little secret. This is also from one of my sponsors. We'll get to that in a second, but I do really need to just say thank you to everybody.
It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity.
So in my defense, Bernard did say he was really interested in seeing this this working. So we're gonna see. This is we'll open this one up. Take a look at these first, and these are some manatees. But I'm thinking. So what I'll probably end up doing is, let me actually just show this again. I'll probably, when I'm actually going to use it, I'll put it up on something a little bit so that I can like rest my hands on, you know, get them sort of lined up a little bit. I'm still working out some of those details as to how I'm going to use it, but I don't know if it's going to work to paint stuff or not paint stuff, or we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. What do you mean your name's on there for? Oh, yes, Don. I did the tonight's thank you video was updated for October. So yes, Don's name was on there. Now I get it. I'm following along, barely. So if we take this and we hold it under the microscope, boy, it's big. It doesn't like, let's see. You see here it is over here. That's how small it is. But when you put it under there, it's big. So one thing that I'm kind of having an issue with that I need to figure out is, like, when I put something under this and I'm holding it, and then I go and try and focus it, everything slides around. So I may have to figure that out a little bit. But look at that. You can see all those print lines in there. That's really kind of cool. So, yeah, those are all the print lines in the manatee. We can turn them over to check what sex he is. I wonder, I'm noticing with my hands in the way, I'm blocking the light. So if I turn, that's the LED coming on, and then I guess then it's not as affected. Ooh, that was not a pretty picture of my finger. That was for sure. Thought that was a fingerprint at first. No, it is a manatee. It is a very, very, very tiny. So this is an N-scale manatee from Mini Prints. So I wonder if I could paint under that. I don't know. This is, I think, yeah, this was one of the first things I got from Mini Prints, and some of them, yeah. It's a huge manatee junction. A huge manatee junction. I'm trying to open up. I got some people here as well that I'm trying to dump out. If I can get them. There we go. So we got, let's see. I don't remember what people I got. Oh, there we go. It's a lumberjack. You can see him holding his axe. Wow, that really does make it easier to see. I don't know that I have the dexterity or not, but here's another little lumberjack swinging overhead. Yes, it's, well, any microscope, I'm responding to Ken's comment, any microscope is going to have a very narrow depth of field. That's kind of, unfortunately, the nature of this. And I'm not completely sure what this guy is doing, why he's looking like that, but I think he might be, oh no, there is a guy on the ATV already. So I don't know. I mean, like, is this going to be a useful tool? I don't know. I think it might be useful for some things. I don't know if it'll be useful for painting or not. But you can definitely see the details in the print. That is an N scale ATV from Mini Prints. So definitely. Oh, that guy's playing. But I don't think that guy's playing volleyball. He could be. He could be. But yeah, see, I'm thinking that being an N scaler, this is probably going to come in handy at some point. Let's see if I can find. Come on. I don't know. Yeah, that's not it. I'm looking for a. Here we go. I'm looking for a Z-scale locomotive. So this is Z-scale. You do have to, adjust the focus on things. That's for sure. It is a narrow depth of field. So this is a Z-scale Pennsylvania locomotive. There's the gear on the bottom, probably just the focus a little bit. Get a little bit better focus on that. Microtrains USA printed on the bottom. Nice big letters. Oh, funny, you can actually see, right through that gap there. I don't know what I'm looking at though. What is in that gap? Something down there. Yeah, it's interesting that you say that, Bernard, because I didn't notice it at all until I looked at those manatees, and you can see it a little bit in the ATV too. There's a couple spots where, you can see some of the patterning or whatnot, or like the line on the back trunk isn't a perfect line. So, I mean, but, the detail in this, I mean, that's pretty darn incredible. I mean, look at the wheels, the tread on the wheels. So, oh, is that what I was looking at? He was saying the motor windings probably inside. How much room between the optic and the object? So here it is right here. Let me, before I flip these over and lose my minis, let me put these away real quick, and then I'll lay it on. Oh, here, you can probably see it on this view. So you can kind of get a sense right here how high it is. Couple 4 fingers. It's not that high. It's pretty darn close. Norman says, pretty amazing, but I don't think there's enough room to do much of anything like painting, but maybe you can attempt to paint in the future. Yeah, I don't, it definitely would take a little bit to get in there, take a little bit of practice. What I'm kind of thinking though is, if I had a little bit of a cork or whatever that I stuck it to, or I stuck it right to the base here, and I was able to, like rest my hand here and then have my other hand like this, that it would give me that control with a brush that I wouldn't be able to see, even probably with an optivisor, because even with an optivisor, you've got to be at the right distance from things to see it. So yeah, it's, and you can adjust, so you can adjust this distance, right? Like here, let's look at this. So I can take this and move it further away and then focus out here as well. So if I didn't need the sort of magnification that I had before, I can move it further away. I don't know if you can see though, it definitely needs a lot of light. So it will focus farther away. But yeah, I don't, I'm still, I think, I'm not really sure. Roy Elpham uses it, I think, for some soldering stuff, he said, but not completely sure. Yeah, that's it on the, let's see, that's it on the green mat there. Oop, let's see. There we go. Kind of see it on the green mat. So it's, just so you can see where that setup is. So right now that train is there. It's, so, you can get some distance. Tom says he played with this for about 2 hours, then put it back in the box. What I have been doing is it's pretty much just lived right up here at the front of my desk, so I could just, pull it out pretty quick when I wanted to take a look at it. If I remove the base plate, and don't use that base plate and just stick it to, well, that didn't stick to it, but, stick it to something else, or it does have a quarter 20 connection as well. So you can mount it on on an arm or something. It really doesn't take up much room at all. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's going to end up being a waste of money. Maybe it's going to be something useful. I don't know. I don't really know, but you know me, it's an electronic camera type, toy type thing. So, I was bound to end up getting one because I just couldn't help myself not get one. I don't know. I also have this, for whatever reason, my mini print bin is also my bin of containers. So I'm trying to make a little bit of room because I do want to get to this other box that's sitting right here as well. If I can get things put away in time. Yeah, Roy agrees with you, Jim. Having the monitor built in, he can take it over to his layout. He can move it wherever. There is an app. Of course, there's an app. But yeah, I mean, you can just take a screenshot or whatever of whatever it's doing. Oh, thanks, Grandpa Rails. Yeah, unboxing versus boxing it back up. So this we'll put off to the side. I don't need this box anymore. This box is going to go in the trash unless somebody wants that box or something. Now we've got this. Yeah, I do. That would be cool to have those tiny robotic arms. Yeah. HO scale would be 1:1. Suppose if you spent a lot more, you can get something with a higher zoom and higher res to give it a larger work height. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I don't know that I need more, but yeah, I mean, you absolutely could say, yeah, if I had that microscope when I was trying to put that N scale palette together, I probably would have been in better shape. I don't mean better physical shape. I mean I may have actually been able to have accomplished putting that N scale together. So, shall we open the box? So we're going to open this box, and then I'm going to head out of here at 9. I'm going to head over and check out another show that I want to watch. Here, let me just in case anyone decides they do want it here or want to just check it out. If you like toys, like Tom does. Yeah. Should we let's actually check out the poll first, because I always forget to end the polls. And of course I'm clicking end poll and it's not ending. So, oh, there we go. Finally ended. We'll all faint if you open 2 boxes, maybe. Bernard, if you ever print something with a bunch of rivets, it definitely might be good for counting. So can you see your model trains With glasses was 45%, 2020 is 37, need optimizer is 12, and microscope 4%. So for you 4%ers, that's what this video was for. Let's slow play the unboxing. Yeah, I do have 11 minutes. So I'm gonna actually, this might give away what's in here, maybe. Let's see. Oh, not this one. Does this give it away at all if I start taking this out? Does that give you an idea of what's inside? Maybe? An abacus. No, not the empty box trick. This box is not empty. There is actually something in it. At least, well, the person that shipped it to me claims that there's something in it. As you can see, I just broke the seal, so I honestly don't know if there is something in it or not. So I was just checking to see if trains are still running up there. It's not another motorman. I don't know what the 9-volt battery would have to do with a motorman. Corey says, N-scale rivets are braille for little people that are visually impaired. So, yeah. I don't think it's a G-scale big boy. I think that might be a little bit of a stretch to see, but yeah. So I just opened it real quick to make sure I wasn't going to dox myself or anything when I opened it or not. So use the microscope. Yeah. It's not a voltmeter, but I'm a big fan of voltmeters. We should do a whole night on voltmeters and just like go around and like touch the voltmeter to various things and see what we get, because that's always fun. There are 2 items in here, so let's, I think, yeah, so this is the one, this is the secret surprise one. So you can maybe kind of figure out what it is now, maybe. That's right. Why don't we zoom in a little bit? Should we zoom in a little bit? Not quite as tight as the microscope, but, you know. Now you're talking voltage. I always am. Eye color and lipstick on Z-scale women. I could probably paint that on there. So we got a little N-scale garage Driftoholics suspension exhaust. And this is, so for people that don't know, this is from PTF Designs. All of the background flats you see here are all PTF Designs, one of the sponsors of the channel. So this is another N-scale item for the layout. Yep, that is N-scale. I was looking at it, I'm like, is that N-scale? It is. It's funny, you pull that stuff out and you're like, boy, it's small. You could. Tex, yep, that is pretty cool. He makes some cool stuff. So this, oh, there's actually 2 in here. This right here, though, this is what I really want, and this is what one of the items that's gonna make my Halloween special. Yeah, thank you, Mike, for saying that. He does, well, he did Z-scale. This is, sorry, I'm looking for the right camera. You can't see it there. So this up here, this is Z-scale, one of his flats. I don't have power running to any of this stuff, but a lot of these have LED lights on them as well. But that's Z, this is N-scale. He does HO, he does S, O scale, G scale. So he'll do pretty much any scale. But yeah, what I really like about a lot of the stuff that he does is the addition of the lights that he adds to these things. So that's that's what this is for. This is so that we can check out the lights on these. And I'm looking at this, and can you see how many wires are coming out of the back of this thing? I don't know. There are a lot of wires coming out. This is actually, at least one of these is something that he had only made in HO scale previously. Or no, he'd only made in O scale and HO scale previously. He had never made it in N scale, and I said, hey, it's one of my favorite things that you make. Will you make it for me in N scale, because I want to use it for Halloween. So we've got a haunted house with 3 LEDs on it. So he makes the same one in bigger scales, and I think it is just so much fun. He's got it on his layout at home, and I'm gonna see if I can get it to light up. If I can do this. We'll see if I can do this. Let's widen out a little bit so you guys can see the hijinks of me trying to get it connected. Yeah, wires, I know, probably not the best thing for me to be playing with, but if I do this carefully and I don't do anything silly, we should probably Corey said, I made PTF Design's dad cut the bushes on his gas meter. That's too funny. It's 1/2-inch foam. It's printed on 1/2-inch foam with then LEDs added to it. So we got one of the lights lit. You know, I'm like doing this the hard way. I probably have like better ways that I could be doing this to actually make this work. Oh, there we go. I'm probably just not making the connection with all of them. But I will get this wired up because, as you can see, of course, now none of them are coming on. Don't tell me. I'm 99% sure. Did I mess it up? Did I already? Oh. Well, that's the problem. The little clip came off the wire. So yeah. So they flicker. The lights flicker. Alexa, turn off softbox left. So the lights do a little flicker thing. No, I had ran a 9-volt to alligator clips, but the alligator clip fell off, so now it's a bare lead. But if you've never done it before, or if you have done it before, do not touch the leads together because the 9-volt battery will get very hot. So we also have a part of the Halloween collection, I think, is this guy here, Dante's Inferno Room. Girls, 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 girls. It's air conditioned inside with live nudes. Also with several LEDs on it as well. So I am going to get these guys lit up and run some trains, some Halloween trains in front of them for kind of my Halloween videos. But I'm waiting for my mini print stuff before I do it. That's considerate of them to provide some AC. Thank you, John, for posting the link. Stop messing with my Alexa. Alexa, turn on the softbox left. Thanks, Heath. Awesome. Do you have a link? Oh, great. Yes. John posted the link. Trackside Mike, if you order off the website, use the code HUMAN for 10% off. You can also order on eBay and other places like that. He does have an eBay store, but if you order off the website, you can use the discount. Yep, Bernard, I did get the email that it shipped. Hopefully it'll get here a little quicker than the last one. The story of the last one was I'm in 200A. I've got a neighbor that's 200B. And for some reason, the mailman put my letter in my supers box, which is 201. And he was out for 3 weeks on vacation. So now your studio lights are on. So the funny thing is, I just said that just to bother Mr. Pictovid, and the light I was trying to turn on didn't even turn on. So, you know, I guess that's what happens. But yeah, this is great. Thank you so much to Nick over at PTF Designs for these, and definitely go check this stuff out. It's he makes some really cool background flats, and I've really been, you know, enjoying. I've got a couple videos with run-bys in front of them. Thanks to Mini Prints. Thanks to Iron Planet Hobbies. Thanks to everyone that supports the channel. I'm going to head over and check out Boomer over on Second Section Podcast. If someone can post that link up in the chat, that would be fantastic. I will see everyone over there in a little bit. From the city that never sleeps, farewell, model citizens.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.